guys. I'm going to I am using three cameras right now from three different views. Okay, and when I edit this, you got to see one side and this side, and I try to get used to it. Yeah, everything is good so far. Slowly things is rough right now, but slowly it will be good. I just need to go to it with this or what, and I need to improve myself and clean stuff or what. Yeah, this is a like life update or what. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, the past 2 years, all of us have been in a bad, in a have the same experience but different outcomes for each one, because that's life. Life is not fair at all, and everywhere going through the same shit but different results for each one, and it's the same problem but it's not exactly the same for each problem we have. Yeah, honestly, the job, there's like 3 jobs I had, a couple of them. One is the fast food job I've been doing for 14 years. I like it, but the past couple years I feel that there's something change or what. Growing with this COVID-19 everything, I feel much better because I don't do the same thing, and that's it. I can see that I have to move on or what. Yeah, and what was the second one was the gas station that my uncle works before. It's okay, but nah, it's not for me. One was the retail, but I don't like retail. But in this job, YouTube, I really like it. I can do edit or what. My time flexible. I show what things it is. Yeah. No, that's it for now. Okay, thanks. See you guys next time.
yourself. Relative to last year, you've been so do I just die? My future self told me that he created time remnants to stop you. That you slaughtered them all. All one. Me. I lived. A disposable hero. Future you failed to mention that, didn't you? How did you become Savitar? I was broken and alone. I wanted the pain to end. And that's when I realized the truth, Barry. God feels no pain. All I had to do was become one. Enough to stop me. Let's find out.
think it's going to be case by case. General solutions, though, are to be, again, fair, even-handed. From a corporate culture perspective, experts say flexibility is key.
When we return, there will be a lot of changes made in the office environment.
That flexibility is key.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about the return to work. You going back to the office. The challenge that companies and workers are facing, because it is not just about commutes or COVID. It's all about liability and big concerns over big losses. Tessa Brewer joining us now with some of the challenges that companies are talking about before bringing all their employees back to the office. My favorite part about going back to the office is seeing you, Contessa. But other than that, what are people worried about?
I look different outside this box, Brian. It's true. I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Betty. You know, these big insurers like Chubb and AIG and Travelers are just bracing for an onslaught of lawsuit-related claims as businesses push to bring workers back to the office. Litigation is rising already. Employment and labor law firm Jackson Lewis tracks COVID-related employment lawsuits nationally. And look, they've gone up. California and New Jersey are seeing the most. And they say the business community never really faced a situation where the law is so uncoordinated and provides such little guidance on potential legal exposures. So what are the potential pitfalls here? I asked the head of Marsh's employment practice, who said it starts with who is asked to return to work.
The notion that certain individuals or classes of people or even individual employees are being favored or disfavored over others immediately should raise concerns.
The second big pitfall, requests for accommodation. Employees have, of course, varying needs and considerations, child care, elder care, health issues. They may have proven they can be effective working from home. So when employers deny requests for accommodation, i.e., can I please continue to stay home, the employer may open themselves up to lawsuits. Third, health and safety here. Keurig tells me that employers bear the responsibility of demonstrating the workplace is safe and healthy, and though it's legal to require employees to get vaccinated, it could prove a liability if someone has complications from the vaccine down the road, or if there are health or religious reasons why the worker wants to avoid that vaccine from it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many questions, Contessa. I mean, you can see a situation about safety, ensuring the safe workplace, give the advice maybe to, or the person to your point says, I'm just not going to take the vaccine. Or what if somebody simply says, you know what, I don't feel safe coming back to the...
As viewers of this program know, the three of us are still going strong, working from home. Maybe sometime this summer, we hope one of us perhaps will be in the studio for some amount of time. But whether we're back or not, Bloomberg out with a story yesterday, a nice little feature on employees who are deciding to quit their jobs rather than continue working from home. And Julie, I know something that warms your heart is a little bit of the anti-boomer sentiment that came up in this story from one person that Bloomberg talked to.
Yeah, the person basically said they feel like, this was the quote, they feel like we're not working if they can't see us. It's a boomer power play. I mean, listen, I am somewhere in the middle on this, and I think at the end of the day, most employees will be as well. That there are, the woman they quoted was sort of at the end of her rope after she had been called into the office for what ended up being a 6-minute meeting, and she had to find care for her kids in the meantime, et cetera, et cetera. But really, the point is here, there are benefits to being in person and seeing people in person. We see that over the holiday weekend. Why do people see each other in person and not just on Zoom? It works in a work setting as well as in a social setting. There are benefits. You know, we see the benefits of people wanting to be around other people. But that said, do you need to be there every day and all the time? For a lot of jobs, probably not. But you know, for a lot of people, they've reassessed their priorities in the wake of the pandemic. Priorities of all kinds, including how much they want to be in the office.
Well, just I'll just add quickly too. In our field of news, I mean, it's important. I can't tell you how many great stories I've gotten in anecdotes just from riding elevators with executives, and they tell you something, you follow up with them after they get off the elevator or via email after. But ultimately, I'm ready to get back to the office. I mean, that's my new stainless steel fridge behind me, and that's all good. I'm glad people could see that. But I'm ready to get back in the office or fancy studios. There's a lot collecting dust there.
The only problem is you don't want people who go to work to be rewarded while people who choose to stay from home are left behind in some kind of political play. And I think this is the problem that companies haven't yet worked out, which is why we continue to see no movement, at least on our own parent company's front.
Hi guys, I'm going to I am using 3 cameras right now from 3 different views. Okay, and when I edit this, you're going to see one side and this side, and I try to get used to it. Yeah, everything is good so far. Slowly things is rough right now, but slowly it will be good. I just need to go into this or what, and I need to improve myself and doing stuff or what. Yeah, this is a like life update or what. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, you know, the past 2 years, all of us have been in have the same experience but different outcomes for each one, because that's life. Life is not fair at all, and everywhere going through the same shit but different results for each one, and it's the same problem but it's not exactly the same for each problem we have. Yeah, honestly, the job, there's like 3 jobs I had, a couple of them. One is the fast food job I've been doing for 14 years. I like it, but the past couple of years I feel that there's something change or what. Good thing with this COVID-19 everything, I feel much better because I don't do the same thing, and that's it. I can see that I have to move on or what. Yeah, and what was the second was the gas station that my uncle works before. But it's okay, but nah, it's not for me. One was the retail, but I don't like retail. But in this job, YouTube, I really like it. I can do edit or what. My time flexible. Show what things it is. Yeah. Nah, that's it for now. Okay, thanks. See you guys next time.